And what do you reckon? Sort of overall draft feelings, and how do you feel it's... Is this a good hero to turn up and play your first game on if you're Eternal Sadness?
It's definitely a challenging entry into the tournament. Not only are you standing in for a team that's not doing well, but you're playing against OG, and you're playing a very technical hero in Brewmaster. Against maybe not the easiest of matchups, right? Like when you do pick a hero early like this, there will be some solutions. The Faceless Void is a pretty annoying matchup for the hero. I would say Ember is actually annoying too, just because you get slight chained. A lot of the times when you get slight chained, you don't really want to ult, because then you're like, maybe you ult in the middle of nowhere and you just run away.
It feels bad, yeah.
So I definitely think it is going to be tough. And of course, what goes without saying, the Timbersaw, right? Timbersaw against tanky strength heroes is a nightmare matchup, so every time your ult is down, this guy can just solo kill you effectively. So let's hope for Eternal Sadness' sake that he doesn't end up in some situations where he has to lane against Amar, because then he might just, you know, roleplay his nickname in the game. Wouldn't want to see that in his entry, his first appearance. 2 for 2 runes, so off to an even start here. Apparently we're tipping Aramis over that.
There we go, give it back to BZM.
Already.
And happy to see this game. Have we again in the mid on the Hoodwink? I believe it was a loss. I mean, of course they've not had a great record, but he has had a game where he was popping off. You know, him on his Hoodwink, he can have huge impact, and it of course ends up doing insane amounts of damage with this hero.
Yeah, I do think the lane matchup against Ember is pretty good, but later on in the game, it is one of the harder matchups because he can just jump and get on top of you. You don't really have the best defensive tools. You're fully dependent on trees, but Ember can cut those when he jumps in, right? So you need to be very careful as how you handle that. I feel like mid Hoodwink is one of those heroes that's just super fun to watch because almost no matter what matchups it has, it can pop off if the stars align, but it's very high risk, high reward, right? Which is, you know, you could argue that's the perfect kind of hero for WEU, right? That's how he plays. I would say he's one of the best mid Hoodwinks in the world. I just don't think mid Hoodwink is particularly good in general.
Sure, because it has its vulnerabilities.
It has its weaknesses, right? And they are at least somewhat covered here by the last pick, Ember. But let's see what he brings to the table. I would love to see WEU play very aggressive against BZM in the lane here and not just let him farm. Like, really try to trade with him on regen, and perhaps if you get some help on the early water runes, maybe he can even find a kill in the mid.
And sort of overall looking at the draft, you see what OG has. They've got 4 heroes that are going to be incredibly mobile, right? The Timber, the Ember, the Void, the Wind Ranger. They're going to be jumping all over the place. Do you think Alliance has enough lockdown to deal with that amount of heroes running all over the fights?
I think that's my #1 biggest concern with their lineup, actually. I think their lineup has some cool aspects to it with how it comes together around Brew and Jug with the Venge aura. Its ability to take Roche and fight for towers is pretty good. But yeah, the catch is very lacking. You only really have Swap and Curse. I'm not going to count Bushwhack as a catch because it's too contextual. For a game like this, especially, like you said, against this type of heroes, it's hard to connect it. So yeah, that will be a challenge. But so far, so good for the laning stage, at least for Alliance, right? This time they've managed to set up their lanes pretty well. The Jugger should have a pretty good time against Timbersaw in the start. Weeha against BZM. Weeha's actually in potential trouble here. This is a level 2 Flame Guard.
Oh, he's got the Fairy Fire and the Water Rune.
I think he's dead. It's ran out.
He's going to be fine. Tango at the ready and the bottle charge is good to go. It's going to be okay. I mean, we saw a nice reaction there from BZM. Weeha did try to set up, but quick with the Quelling Blade. BZM was able to cut down Weeha's tree.
That rune deny is huge, by the way. That is effectively putting him very far ahead in the lane now on WEU. BZM has no more bottle charges, and Weeha has way more resources currently to work with as far as health goes. Only 1 Tango on BZM, which will be ferried out on the Courier on the way, so has to wait for that as well.
Yeah, Weeha knows it. Look at the aggression here, making sure the BZM can't get to this creep wave at all.
I think this is something a lot of players don't do enough, even at very high level. Maybe not at a pro level, but in high-level pubs, I think there's a lot to be said about playing in front of the enemy's wave. And not just in the mid lane, but also when you're the offlaner, for example. If you have a dominant laning position, think of it like this. You're effectively just walling off the enemy from attacking creeps at all. And in order for them to go and aggro the creep wave so they can get them to safety, they need to get within the aggro radius. And when they do that, they take harass, right? So if you place yourself like Weeha did on the enemy hill here, it's very powerful. It's the same logic why you consider Necrophos a hard counter to Ember in lane. He does the exact same thing. He just walks in front of the wave. Ember tries to trade with you, you win. He doesn't, you out-farm him. You just constantly out-sustain him with the regen. For Hoodwink, in this case, he can play it like that because he's already ahead on regen. So he's effectively the Necrophos in this scenario right now. So love seeing that out of Wii, that aggressive mindset.
I mean, that's sort of what, that's the position we have at the mid at the moment. Looking at the side lanes and sort of the positions that we've got the creeps meeting, I mean, who's kind of getting away with the better start here on the first 3 minutes on both edges?
I mean, it's pretty even overall. This is about as close as a laning stage can look to begin with. So I guess with the expectations we're going in with, that is good for Alliance, because we are expecting them to be the underdog, and one of their Achilles heels, in my opinion, has been that their laning stage hasn't been up to par with some of the other teams. So the fact that they're holding their own completely fine the first 3 minutes against OG here with some of their favorite heroes is a good start, and that's the kind of thing they need to snowball on. Now, the bad news for Alliance is Amar is going to be a pest in this bottom lane now. He's level 3 with 2 in armor. They can never kill this guy with this hero combination. It is literally impossible unless he screws up majorly, which this guy just doesn't do on this hero. So he will be totally free, and that means that Taiga gets to do this. He's going to rotate into mid.
A lovely slight change there from BZM. Yeah. That'll do it. First blood there between the two of them.
It's a very luxurious aspect of picking Timber off lane when you're not countered in lane. OG take advantage of this all the time when they play Amar and Timber. It frees up their 4 to do whatever they want, and it's really fun to play 4 like this. You know, the traditional 4 players that used to love roaming have kind of been stifled by the way the patch plays in general, where you really do need to have the laning presence. So whenever you get to run free, it feels like the good old days. You know, I'm sure Taiga's having a blast already just moving around here. We'll protect that water rune. We'll have to take it, though. They're triple manning BZM.
Yeah, they've got the bushwhack control. Alliance, they'll be able to turn up in the numbers and take him down.
Nice rotation there from Alliance to bring 2. They actually needed both supports for that kill, and they're also going to get Wii the top water, so very good stuff.
And do you like this as well? I feel like we've seen some other mids do this sometimes. So the early null on these non-mid heroes.
I'm not completely sure what to think. Like the mono region is obviously the primary draw here, right? But if you are going this route, perhaps you could also get Urn to perform this function. I'm not completely sure. I haven't looked at it in that much detail. The stats are obviously nice, right? But it's all right. I'm not going to say it's amazing, I think.
So far, looking at the side lanes, Eternal Sadness up top, 16 for 1 at the moment against the 29 and 11. It's very clear that there's not been any ability really to slow down Yuragi. He's having a very free time top.
Yep.
It's going to be an incredibly farmed Void off the laning stage. We'll see Aramis return back to the top lane, but seemingly quite difficult for the Venge and the Brew as a combo to really do much that affects a Void.
Yeah. It's hard to play against Faceless Void as Brewmaster just because time dilation actually ruins you. The way Brewmaster puts pressure in lane is by casting his Cinder Brew and Thunderclap together, and you get 2 dilation stacks on that, and your hero can't, you can never catch up, right? You can just time walk off the clap and then just turn around and fight you with a Jakiro. So it's a very easy lane for OG up there, and now here comes trouble. Nico Baby will be forced to TP back to base by a level 6 Timber as he is level 5 on Jug. So a full level advantage for Amar, which is bound to happen when he gets to play 1v2 and get full levels. So this is...
I mean,
you gotta say, it can't come as a surprise, right? No. How many times have we seen this from Amar? Surely Alliance knew this was going to happen, and they have not picked against it. Okay, Weeha with some fancy footwork.
Should still be in trouble here.
Yeah, he's...
3 heroes to the mid. Weeha taken down. He's going to look to jump forward for Aramis, but the Ice Path not quite catching him. Still with an extra remnant to play with BZM. He wants to keep chasing a bit, but won't have enough to stay on top of Aramis as the mana comes to an end. But indeed, Amar is going to be in his element, and ultimately, what kind of tools do Alliance have to tackle the Timber at any point of this game?
Yes, that is indeed the question, Owen. Nico's dead again. Maybe. Okay, he will barely survive. Oh, they have the Hoodwink!
Oh, here we go, they might get the kill. Oh, no, Amar, he's like, I'm going to turn and look to take you down. Oh my goodness, he's nearly at him. Nico Baby's got to keep running. I see a Timber chain forward. If they hit the ult, they'll get the kill. They do. I mean, playing with fire there. But they were able to take him down, and Nico Baby's able to live. But that was a close one, Synth. 1 versus 3.
He got Nico to like 3% HP twice, and he almost got away with murder as well. Without actually murdering anyone, he almost survived with that mid-hero rotation. That's kind of concerning when these are the lengths you have to go to kill that Timber just to let your Jug have a game. So here,
I mean, look at that. We're down to
18 health, I believe. No, it was
7.
7
I
health.
saw a 7 there.
Yep, that is literally 1% health. Nice ult here from WEU, by the way. You can tell Amar is trying to sidestep that, but he placed it so that even if Amar does turn slightly back, it would still connect. So good job. Hiragi should be more than fine here. He's going to get Cyclone for annoyance, but that is a...
Yeah, I mean...
That's a Brewmaster ult out of the way.
He got the kill on Misha with it.
He got a Jakiro, which is... It's decent. Ideally on Brew, you want the first... Either the very first or the second ult, you want it to kill the safe lane core so you can take the tower. We'll see if Alliance try to set up a rotation for that at minute 10 when they have Siege Creep as well. Eternal Sadness is going to live up to his name top lane right now. He is very, very dead. Dilation. Oh, they actually had to Chrono for it. All right.
Not quite having the ability to keep chasing with the jump order use. Yeah, they want to make sure they get the guarantee on that one.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That was definitely live.
Very, very skillful, that.
I mean, to be honest, if there is a hero you're eating pasta on, it's probably Void after you've used Chrono, right? Because that's when you just go and chill in the jungle and auto-attack creeps. So.
After? It's during. You use your Chrono. And you're like, your A-click, and you're like, well, I could have something to eat now. Nobody's moving, everybody's frozen in position. If you stop time, you've got to get yourself something nice to eat.
Like the classic scenes from LAN when somebody casts Black Hole and Enigma and they stand up and cheer, Cast Chrono and Void stand up and eat pasta in front of the enemy team.
Now, yeah, if we can get him doing that on LAN, that would be quite the play.
Good from TI BZM. Okay.
He's all right. Oh, Amar!
Yeah.
Able to catch the man, and I think that was a close TP. We normally get some good replays on those. That probably ran down right to the 0.1. That was close, but he gets him. He gets him just in time before he's out.
And the worst part about that is in hindsight, it's better to die, right? I think the problem is if you TP, even if that TP is successful.
Let's have a look. How close was it? Because it looked like he was about to get away, or maybe it wasn't close at all, and I'm a dummy. We'll see.
This is very close.
It was close. Went that close, 0.3.
0.3.
Not that interesting. My bad.
The thing is, it's worth considering how, even if you do complete that TP successfully, what did you gain? You TP'd back to base, which cost you 100 gold. You cannot connect to any lane and get experience. And if nobody in your team wants to be in the bottom lane, strictly speaking, it's actually better to die so you can TP to lane.
At least you got the smoke,
Right.
Just
so now you paid
back out to the lane.
So now you paid 150 gold and a key cooldown to run to lane, to ward, and then not get experience. So. I mean, it's easy to say from our perspective, right? When you're in the moment as a player, you're very tempted to TP. I get it. But unless anyone can take that lane, you should actually just die there so you can TP back. Yeah. Stomanen would have been level 5.5 now if he didn't TP, right? I think. Because the tower would have still had... There's still a bit of time on it. He could have maybe got the experience. And if not, he could have got the wave afterwards. So. But anyway...
3k lead at the moment here for OG.
Yeah, Amar is enormous. This is very concerning.
OG starting to take over here Alliance's jungle. Alliance, they're trying to keep the pressure on top, but yeah, Yuragi's such a hard catch. I mean, even if Weehar gets a bushwhack, unlikely that even with the two of them, they're able to burst through the void during that one single stun.
He's going to chrono top Weehar. He's in the oven. Nice cooked squirrel. Do you like that, Owen?
I don't know. I can't say I've ever had it.
Same. Maybe it was a British delicatessen,
I mean, we have some pretty nasty food, but I don't think we're cooking the squirrels.
Some squirrel haggis.
Maybe at one of the fast food places I've been during my time back in the UK, I had it without knowing.
Is that what they use in Taco Bell?
Oh, 4K.
Or in Nando's.
It's a tough one. I mean,
I'm salivating.
I feel like that's going to happen a lot of times. The downside's right off the mid hoodwink. If you get caught in a chrono, you're just dead.
Yep.
You got to have some sort of save. They do have save, of course, with Aramis. So if Aramis is around with a good swap, maybe that'll be enough. But they've got to be in position. They've got to be prepared. It's not going to be easy.
12-minute rune coming up. OG will definitely want to converge on this, so Taiga is rotating in, and they might even bring the Void for just a walk dilation here. No, he's going to stay in the jungle, but this rune is definitely BZM's, and it does spawn there. And now Aramis is in huge trouble. Shackle not going to land.
I'll be able to still run him down, though. With the chains, Aramis is gone.
There's even a bounty rune here for BZM. Minute 12, obviously getting both the power rune as well as the bounty. And he has a clarity, so he effectively has full resources right now. And they will find this D ward. So full control in the Radiant jungle now for OG. Oh, Taiga took the bounty. That is very selfish.
That's just rude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Taiga wanted the money, he wanted it quick, he wanted it fast for the team. He didn't want to wait around.
Yeah.
BZM's fine. He's like, BZM, you want to refill your bottle? You got a remnant. TP back to base. Do it yourself. And what we got here? Oh, yeah, queuing up the Orchid. So Orchid rush here on the Ember Spirit for BZM this game.
Yeah, great against Brew.
Yeah.
Great against Wyvern. Great against Hoodwink. It allows him to effectively solo kill actually any hero in the enemy team.
I think so, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he can kill anyone.
If you sort of consider the stats that these heroes have, they're pretty squishy.
Jug is a very frail hero. Doesn't have particularly good base strength or strength gain. It's okay, but he is vulnerable for sure.
Oh, I'll be interested because, yeah, he's going to be able to get it at a pretty decent timing, I feel. I mean, of course, you know, for Alliance, Nico, baby, he wants to go for the full Mjolnir. Is there any sort of world where you're seeing the Ember build this and you'd rather just get the Maelstrom Manta before completing the Mjolnir? Or is just the completed Mjolnir rush just still the way you got to go on a Jug nowadays?
I can't say I'm sure what I would do in this situation as a carry. Like, first of all, I'm not, you know, it's not exactly my best role, but it's also just a really tough game for Jug, I think, right? As we talked about, you're playing against all of these elusive heroes, so which path do you take? Do you try to set up your own successes by getting Bash so that the heroes are actually going to stay in place in your ult, and then that comes at the expense of stats or overall damage? Or do you go for the full damage, but then you're struggling to find a target? I think this is kind of a damn it if you do, damn it if you don't game for Nico. I just think it's tough.
Yeah, it's hard.
The way their lineup wanted to work around Jug has already failed because they would have wanted to combine with Brew to find early mid-game team fights that are successful. With a 6k gold deficit against Timber, that opportunity is not going to arise. So you're kind of settling for plan B, which is hit jungle. Mjolnir is a pretty good efficiency item for Jug in terms of farming if you do want to take that path, so it's not terrible, but yeah, it's hard, man. I don't know what the ideal item build is here. I don't think Mjolnir is bad, though.
Oh, so Alliance putting some pressure in towards the top tier 2. See if they're able to find some sort of a fight. Mid lane pushed in as well. Neither side yet to lose their tier 1 mid. We are Stamanen and position to protect Eternal Sadness on Nico, baby. This whole area under control from Alliance. OG, they're not stepping into it. Both teams avoiding one another here for the most part. And Mark, Hood, Yules, already sort of feeling that he's on that unkillable level here as the Timber this game. They only got him the once early on. It's not going to be hard to do it again. I mean, it is going to be hard to do it again. No, he ain't dying.
I think it's going to take all 5 heroes, and it's going to take a Bushwhack and a Venge Stun.
Yeah.
Probably.
Even then. Oh, there's an Eco, baby, walking back into the jungle that he was quite safe in before, but this time round, the rest of his team had already left, and it was OG there waiting, ready with the surprise.
And now Aramis is going to try to find... Okay, he might find something here.
And Tiger's going to get a lovely angle with the Shackle.
Wow.
We'll hold back the Brew for now, but the Bushwhack's still there. Weehaw make sure they get the cleanup.
That was actually a very impressive Shackle from Taiga. That angle is not easy to find in that moment. Oh, speak of angles.
I mean, Weehaw in trouble. Got a cold embrace, but that Chakram chain's still going to cut him down. As Weehaw falls, Stamanen as well. Trapped in the river, Uragi with a couple of hits will take him out. See Eternal Sadness with the ultimate, the split, trying to fight back, but he's just got to run now. There's no further fight to be had here. Doesn't have the damage on his own to be able to deal with any more of OG. He's away. Yeah, very much seeing that the struggles of the Hoodwink this game. You know, Weehaw, he'll get in, he'll cast his spells, but if anybody gets on top of him, he's just gone. see now further set up. Amar, you'll set up here. And you step anywhere close to OG, they will have catch. They've got catch, they've got gap control, they've got it all here with this lineup and with the lead that they now have. 8k advantage, OG. 17 minutes in against Alliance. That's the full Orchid done on BZM. So further catch and control here with that silence that's not going to be nice for any of these heroes to play against. I mean, pretty much all of them far off any sort of answer to being caught by the silence. No sort of dispel available. And that's Shack Tiger. A lovely shackle as he's gone. Eternal Sadness taken down. I mean, he's hitting them. He's making it look easy here, Tiger on the Wind Ranger. Always finding the angle, close range and at a distance.
Yeah, the game just seems so easy for OG. Every time they have a chrono, they find that 1 or 2 key kills. Every time they have slight chains with a hero connecting, they do that. And they just have... They kind of own 60% of the map for the entire game because of Timber, right? So...
Oh, here we go.
All right.
Omni Slash.
Nice try from BZM there. Tried to take over the Omni Slash and run it into the river, but Nico Baby was fortunate enough to stay on Jakiro. I think he was in jump range on the Ember there. Maybe he was slightly outside and actually misplayed it a bit, but... Yeah, they get a Jakiro. It's something. It's a position 5 for a Juggalt.
What can I say? Nature loves me.
See what they can do here, top. I mean, Amar, he won't be afraid to show himself. I don't think he feels that he's at any threat. Especially when he's got BZM by his side. They're going to let's get aggressive. Straight in with the silence. They'll look to burst through the Brute. He's out to the side. Cold Embrace will give him a bit of protection. They just need a bit of... Oh, Timber Chain off to the side, but he's able to get the ult off Eternal Sadness. The Primal Split will be there. We are. Turns with the control. With the Bushwhack, he's locked down BZM. They may just have a chance of running down Amar as well. There's no tier 1, so no availability for any backup to come in to help Amar out. They've got the control. They have the damage.
All right.
Alliance. They'll take out both of them. I think BZM and Amar maybe thinking they're a bit safer there than they were, and they weren't quite able to take down Eternal Sadness in time. Clutch save there with the Cold Embrace, giving that opportunity to get the split off and turn that move around.
I think they might have also expected that they were going to kill the Brew there with the Soul Burn, but he blocked 120 of the damage with his Raindrop and got that Cold Embrace off and got a little bit of heal just in time. So nice counterplay from Alliance. They've effectively used all their spells now, though, so this is the problem.
Oh, great swap. Gets Nico Baby out of the chrono. That's going to be able to give Nico Baby a chance maybe in this fight. Aramis will die. Same to be said for Eternal Sadness. See if they can try and chase for more here, OG. Quick time watch the side to heal up from the hit from the sharpshooter. BZM, he's in, and straight onto Nico Baby. The Orchid's there. Nico Baby trying to stand his ground. He's got the pushback coming out from Weeha to try and hold them back. But Nico Baby goes down. Weeha and Stamanen having to run. See if they're ready to dive this. They are. The Ice Path catches onto Weeha. The Bashers as well from Yuragi to follow up. It's 4 dead on Alliance. They may have been able to make that nice smooth top lane, but when things came over towards the pit, OG ready to slam them back down. Kaya Sanj now on Amar. Back to the pit, OG. They'll be ready to finish this one off. Still with 2 heroes dead on Alliance. Unlikely we're going to see any sort of attempt to contest this. We'll see it once again, the start. A good attempt with the swap to try and keep the fight going in their favor, but they just didn't have any sort of moves to fight back, and hanging around as they did, OG, they were more than ready to chase them down one by one.
That's a nice play call from OG as well, right? It's a 3v5. Maybe some teams don't take that there, but OG know that with those cooldowns on Alliance, they effectively are posing no threat at all to the Void or the... Well, yeah, basically the Void, because he's the only guy who has to go in. The other 2 supports can stay far back and just play off him. And he finds the 2-man chrono and the fight just plays itself, so...
I like this as well for BZM. I think he's having a bit of fun. He's going for the Orchid Blink build. So he can just get in with the Blink silence. And yeah, he's going to have all the mobility in the world. And just having that instant silence, you know, as we've said, you know, against the Alliance's heroes and the items that they have or don't have at the moment, it's incredibly effective. Blink Orchid Ember online.
Yep, looks like Nico Baby is working on a Manta. I was wondering if that was where he was going to go against this Orchid to try to protect himself as well so he can split push better. And he will do that now after that Mjolnir, but pretty far away, still 2k to go. And the map is just small. And I'm going to sound like a broken record, but this Timber Saw is... Amar is 3-2-1. The amount of indirect damage he has done in this game without killing any heroes, basically, it's crazy. Like, he has totally just dominated the game with this scoreline, you know? He's just mega out-farming everyone, controlling the map. All right, that's a very easy kill on Stamana.
Right. We have Nico Baby TPing back. He's in the trees. See if he can have an attempt on Yuragi. Yuragi's going to jump in. He's got the chrono good to go. He's going to be able to catch the three of them. Both Nico Baby and Aramis, as well as catching Eternal Sadness during the brew split. See them back off now, respecting the buybacks. Yuragi, it's going to be fine. Gets the side. The pushback's there, controls the two of them, but Tiger's able to jump in, block the ultimate hit. They will lose Misha as he gets caught by the Winter's Curse. They'll also lose Tiger. The stun flies out. Silence comes out over towards the Wyvern, but the Cold Embrace is off in time. So it comes to an end, though. Yuragi, he wants to get back in. He's still ready to play aggressive with 3 minutes left on the Aegis. See the split good to go again here. Eternal Sadness. He's going to turn his attention over towards Amar. Send him up in the air. See if they can maybe set up for an attempt onto Amar. They've got the follow-up magic missile. Bushwhack as well. See if Amar can fight his way out of this one. Get brought down. Timber change the side. They won't be able to keep chasing. Amar's going to be able to reset. Fine. PZM still happy to keep poking. Slight change onto We Are and Eternal Sadness, but he won't dive for more. OG able to force out 2 buybacks there from Alliance.
Yeah, Amar's tanky. Did you know? Alliance did a pretty good job there. I think Stomanen's Curse would have been better used on a core instead of the Jakiro, but maybe that was just... He didn't have the luxury, perhaps, of targeting another one there. But there were a couple of low HP heroes around that Void, and maybe you could have killed off... I think, was the Ember on top as well, if I'm not mistaken? Perhaps there's a kill there.
They were very grouped up,
they
right?
were
About
very
4 of them.
clustered, so...
Yeah.
But sometimes you just, you know, you get what you can. But yeah, you need more. You need more than this as Alliance. Even though that fight you do kill both supports, you're not really gaining any ground, and you're not killing carries or any cores on OG. So they're just gonna keep the ball rolling, keep playing fast, and every time you have your cooldowns as Alliance, they will be able to just run at you. If you don't like, I think right now OG could technically just run wherever they want to on the map as long as they're together, because there's no brew split. That's the one saving grace for Alliance a lot of the time, is that Eternal Sadness can at least provide the control in the fight to keep their heroes alive, but when that's down, there's just no team fight.
Aramis is going to be able to catch Misha.
All right, that's an Omni Slash.
And with the ult, that will do the job.
Oh, 1-for-1 trade on that. Oh, maybe not. Good curse.
Already the win run was off, so Tiger not really taking much damage to all of the teammates. Actually, Bash is coming through at the last moment, and that will set up Tiger for death. As Tiger goes down, Eternal Sadness in with the split. Focus Yuragi, still a minute left on the Aegis. Sharpshooter flies through, but it's not going to get the connection onto anybody. He's dying through the split here. Eternal Sadness, he's trying to run, but they're punching him down through it. It'll come to an end. He will get to live a little bit longer, but still goes down as the silence catches him, and OG even throwing out the tips his way.
I wonder if he's been toxic to them in pubs. He's the only player they're tipping. He's the new guy. Like, come on, guys, you know? They're just stacking tips on him. I mean, in a situation like that, you obviously have to run away your Storm Panda, right? You have Ags as well, so you can just choose. But, yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at this as well. Amar, he's having fun too. He talked about being tanky. He's got a full heart as well now, so we'll see his HP once he gets that coming out. 4k HP on this Timbersaw, 25 minutes in.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck killing that guy with any less than 4 heroes now. On Alliance. If he has the reactive armor stacks running, he might even survive 4, to be honest. This is beastly. And despite that, he's still tied for #1 net worth, which is honestly almost the most impressive thing about this. Is that Yuragi has the same net worth in this game. There's 310 CS on the Timber, but Yuragi has a lot of kills. He's got those 7 kills, 7 assists. We'll get the objective gold here for the tower as well. And I guess that will be the real thriller in this game, if I'm honest, is who ends on top net worth.
I think it's going to...
he's making a case for himself, Amar. He's catching up.
I think it's going to be more who ends with the coolest looking build. I mean, I see Amar queuing up Manta Daedalus.
Oh, I like that for no reason.
Aramis. I mean, I think OG's probably down for a bit of diving at this point. Yeah, Yuragi, he'll happily walk in and take that kill. Got the curse. Should be a dead Misha. But it will cost the man in his life. I feel like poor old Misha. They've had it out for him this game. He's getting Omni Slashed, he's getting cursed. They're going for Misha every time, Alliance.
Top tower is under attack.
Must be nice playing 5 and tanking every big ult, and your teammates are just like...
Yeah. I mean, of course, Misha doesn't mind. Everything's been thrown his way this game.
Hey, what has he taken so far? 2 solo Omni Slashes, 2 or 3 curses. His teammates are just... get to do whatever they want. Yeah, I don't think Bruce surviving this. Maybe? No.
Yeah, you're right. The soulburn damage just destroyed him. This time around, the Omni Slash pretty decent, but not decent enough. The jump outs there from BZM. Tiger's able to come in with a shackle, catches onto the 2 of them. Amar, he's just ready to keep fighting inside the base of Alliance. As I don't think they'll be pushing Amar away anytime soon. As he's diving in, the smiles are coming out from OG.
Oh my god, that's hysterical. He's literally just attacking him under the 2 towers, just standing there.
What?
Oh my god. Yeah, well, what can you do about that? Not very much.
Well, it's been a tough game 1 for Alliance, which I guess was expected.
Yeah.
It was expected. Oh, Uragi, I mean, he has got a Chronosphere. So he's ready to use that when he feels that he wants to.
He's trying to bait him to Chrono so he can get swapped out there, but Uragi isn't falling for that.
Let's see what Alliance has got. They're going to have the full 5-man up. He's still sort of teasing around with the Chronosphere.
He might do it now. Amar is zoning off the Venge, so this seems like a setup play for the Chrono.
BZM. He's just going to jump in, jump out. I've got the catch on to Nico, baby. He'll be able to get the Blade Fury off in time. Eternal Sadness looking to charge him with the Primal Split, push them back. We'll be able to get Amar up in the air. Uragi just back in, starts to clear through the Brewlings. Tries to see if the catch on to BZM. The Sharpshooter's going to get blocked, and Weeha will fall. We'll see the curse get dropped down onto Uragi, but nowhere near enough right-click damage from his teammates that's going to threaten him. Uragi's still good to go. As OG will resume business, take down the mid-melee racks, and keep Alliance forced back to the fountain. Nice swap from Aramis. Keep Nico Baby alive.
I was sure he was going to Chrono the fountain there. All right, so I think something really impressive about OG this game is how observant they are for the Hoodwink. They are so quick to cut the tree with Timbersaw or with one of their Quelling Blades on Ember and Void. They've just covered each other really well earlier on.
Oh, time for the fountain dive, I think.
Yeah, there it is.
There we go. There we go. Uragi. Hands off the keyboard. Oh, Nico, baby. He has the Manta. Cold Embrace will save him. OG, you know, they'll continue to hit the tier 4s every now and then between the diving. You know, they're down to eventually put an end to this game, but they're also down to have a bit of fun with it. BZM. And keep his distance from Nico Baby. Nico Baby trying to get out to chase him, but the Manta Spell is still on cooldown. He gets burst through the Cold Embrace. That won't save him. Ancient's exposed. See, BZM does die. Weeha was able to kill him off, but he's instantly back in with the buyback. Uragi dancing in and out of the fountain. The buyback for Nico Baby comes out, but Uragi and Tiger, they're ready to finally put this one to an end. As they'll focus the Ancient, they'll pull it to an end, and that is a GG. OG, they'll take this game 1, 30 minutes in, 28.